I've gone from hating my natural hair, both as a child and adult, dealing with hair trauma, not knowing how to care for my natural hair, which led to a lot of frustration, unhealthy hair practices, breakage, etc., to now embracing and loving my natural hair so that I can teach my children how to love theirs and create new generational cycles. In this video, I'll be sharing how I learned to truly love my natural hair in hopes that I can help you too. Hey mamas, welcome back to my channel. Mamas, thankfully, I'm at a place where I love and have embraced my natural hair fully, and it feels amazing being here. So let me share exactly how I did it. So firstly, I prayed about it. The Bible talks about, being fearfully and wonderfully made. It talks about even the very hairs of our head are numbered. This shows that the attention to detail and how much God cares about me and even my hair. I wanted God to help me to love what He created. I wanted God to give me the wisdom to care for it so that I could eventually teach my children how to care for theirs too. I really wanted to include God in my hair care because doing it alone just wasn't working and was becoming very frustrating. And God came through and answered my prayers. He started leading me to professionals who I could learn from. I started finding books that answered a lot of my questions on natural hair. I started taking courses which boosted my hair knowledge and my confidence when it came to caring for my hair. The next thing is that I had a strong why. I had no choice to love my hair for my children. They are my why. They have helped and forced me to love my natural hair. They are the reason I returned to being natural in the first place. I wanted my children's hair story to be different from my own. I wanted to be able to teach my children how to care for their hair because my mother wasn't able to teach me. I wanted to be able to teach my children how to love their hair and themselves unapologetically. How could I do that if I didn't love my hair first? I wanted to create new generational cycles. The next thing is I stopped cold turkey wearing all forms of weaves, extensions, etc. It has been over 4 years now since my last set of, weave extensions, anything of that sort. And because of this, I also started wearing my hair out a lot more, even for those special occasions. Yes, this was another confidence booster. Because I stopped wearing weaves, wigs, extensions, I was able to actually start spending more time with my hair so that I could get to know it. How else would I learn to care for it? I really got to know my hair, learn what it liked, disliked, and I started to understand what it needed. And I learned how to care for it. And my hair started thriving, mamas, and reaching lengths that I had never achieved. Caring for my hair became easier and I started falling in love with my hair. The other thing is that I had to work on my mindset. I started thinking and speaking positively about my hair. I started speaking those hair affirmations over my hair and over myself instead of all the negative thoughts and beliefs that I had acquired about my natural hair. And I stopped the discouraging self-talk in its tracks, literally. The other thing is that I changed my mindset about hair days. I started seeing it as self-care and time to pour into me instead of being a chore. Because that's what I used to think. I used to think it was a chore and I hated doing my hair. I play my worship songs, for example, light some candles and speak life over my hair and adorn it. The other thing is that I kept my routine simple and used basic product that actually performed. And I wasn't a product junkie anymore because I was a serious product junkie, as some of you can probably relate. This made spending time with my hair, easier and more enjoyable rather than tiring because it took the whole day. Literally, wash day would take the whole day. It was now taking me 1 hour, 30 minutes max, and that was including styling. I stuck to 4 key principles: detangle, cleanse, condition, moisturize, and protect. That was a game changer. And this game changing routine helped me to love my hair even more. The other things, I stopped comparing my hair to others and started accepting and appreciating my hair for what it was. Understanding that my hair would never be like my favorite YouTubers because my hair was unique. Comparison really is the thief of joy. When I stopped the comparison, I got that joy back. Before I continue, if you're a mom who's natural and you're currently feeling, frustrated, overwhelmed, even like you have failed because you don't know how to care for your little one's natural hair, and you want to go from that place to a place where you're feeling, happy, proud, accomplished, and confidently caring for your little one's hair and then your own, so that you can teach your child how to love their hair and themselves unapologetically, change their hair story, and create new generational cycles. Mamas, I want to talk to you. Click the link below this video and let's see if we'll be a good fit to work together. This call is completely free. Click the link below this video and let's get working. Another thing is that I started attracting different kind of attention from the opposite sex. I remember when I used to walk outside, I would hear screams from the opposite sex like Royal Empress, Queen, beautiful, I love your natural hair. They were obviously seeing my crown, the crown I never knew I had. Funny enough, although annoying at times, it actually boosted my confidence. It made me feel proud, it made me feel unique, and also helped me to appreciate my hair. I also took photos, lots of photos, before and after pictures, side by side pictures, every 6 months or so. Really just to track my progress and see my hair retain length I'd never achieved before. Psychologically motivated me not to give up. Also, it's just fun to look back, years later to see the progress I had made, confirmed what I was doing was working. It got me excited about my journey, boosted my confidence, and gave me fire to continue. I also avoided looking in the mirror constantly when I'd go out. Now hear me out, this may sound weird, but once I finally decided to start wearing my hair out, I always wanted to check in the mirror to make sure it looked okay, because in my mind it did not look very good. So I would constantly go to the toilet, really just look in the mirror to fix my hair or check that it hadn't poofed out when I'd leave my hair out in like a braid out or twist out, for example. That was like one of the things I hated. I would leave my house and my hair would be, you know, my hair would look fine, and by the time I got to the venue or after like an hour or so, my hair would be like a big poof ball. I started leaving my hair alone and just enjoying my time out. If I wasn't looking at the mirror constantly, there'd be no need to worry about my hair. So I stopped. The best part about this is that on the days when I thought my hair didn't look that great, I'd get so many compliments about my hair. So many compliments. It's better to get reassurance from actual people rather than discouragement from a mirror, right? I also found an easy style that I felt most comfortable wearing my natural hair until obviously I gained even more confidence. And that was basically twist out or braid out on blown out hair. This was like my go-to style for when I was going out, the style that I felt confident in. And then of course, as time went on, I started experimenting with other styles. Even till this day, I love me a blow dried braid out or twist out, but I also used to like, sleek back ponytails, twist outs or braid outs with, my hair in its natural state, so not blown out, just air dried. Yeah, it just got easier to wear different styles because I started off with a style that gave me the most confidence.